Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
I see Evina Lopez. Are we ready to go on the record on Lopez?
Yes, sir.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Evina Lucia Lopez, file number 23-00952, counsel appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Evina Lopez, who is appearing separately from the Ingham County Jail.
Today was the date and the time that was set for a jury trial. I was resetting jury trials due to a personal conflict. However, my understanding is that the parties want this reset for another final pretrial because they believe there's a resolution. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor. After looking at the file, as I did not have this for the first final pretrial, and in conversations with Ms. Donnelly, I believe if this is set for another final pretrial, a solution can hopefully be reached, Your Honor.
Okay, how much time are you looking for?
I think 2 weeks should suffice, Your Honor.
September 25th at 8.
Okay, the matter will be reset for September 25th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Ms. Lopez, do you have any questions for the court today?
I do not.
Okay, counsel, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense.
Okay, you're all set for today, Ms. Lopez.
Thanks.
Okay, I was assuming Courtroom was already reset, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What about Gibbs?
Mr. Lee spoke with them. He's
I don't know where
here. Mr. Lee was talking with Kelly Witt in a breakout room. But Gibbs is here.
Ramesha Turner?
He's here, Judge. Judge, Mr. Raleigh is handling Turner's case.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ramesha Ray Turner. File number is 22-02501 SM. Counsel appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Morning, Your Honor. Jacob Raleigh on behalf of Ms. Turner, who is present to my left.
Okay, Ms. Turner, today was the date and the time that was set for a final pretrial on a malicious destruction of a building. Do we have the necessary witnesses present today?
Yes, Your Honor. The people have subpoenaed witnesses. Those witnesses have appeared, so the people would be ready to proceed today.
Okay, and so are we continuing to trial on this?
Your Honor, at this time, the people, I don't believe at the last pretrial an offer was extended. The people have extended an offer for Ms. Turner to plead to an added count 2 of malicious destruction of building less than 200 with an agreement to restitution. However, I do not have, based on conversations, I should say, with the victim in this case, I do not have an exact restitution figure at this time. So if Ms. Turner is going to be taking the deal, people would ask that a restitution hearing be set in this matter. And I would leave it to the defense for further, Your Honor.
Okay, so the offer was just extended today.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, it was extended Friday, but.
Okay, Mr. Raleigh, did your client want to accept the offer at this time, or does she need more time to consider the offer?
Your Honor, respectfully, we'd be requesting some time to consider the offer.
Okay, I'm gonna reset the final pretrial. Witnesses do not need to appear at the next final pretrial. And your client can also appear via Zoom for the next final pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
September 25th at 8.
Okay, September 25th at 8 via Zoom for the final pretrial. And then if we're gonna proceed to a trial, then we can reset the date after that time. Any additional matters on this particular record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Ms. Turner, do you have a matter that's in warrant status?
I think yes, I do. I think I was just aware of that when I came to court this morning.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Ramesha Turner, file number 23L27766041. Ms. Turner, this is set, was set for bench warrant because it was set for a show cause hearing back on August 8th because it failed to pay the $186 on the expired plate. You failed to appear for the show cause, and so a bench warrant was issued. What's your plan to address the outstanding balance on that?
I will go ahead and pay it today. Initially, I wanted to come to court on it because I wasn't driving, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pay it today.
Okay, yeah, your time to come to court was probably back in June, and so looks like June 7th, you failed to appear, so a default judgment was entered against you. So you're gonna pay today?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you can get that paid today at the criminal traffic counter. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I do not. Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're all set, Ms. Turner. Okay, are we ready on Gibbs?
Yes.
On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Willard Gibbs, file numbers 23-011, 02, 03, 04, 05, and 06. Council appearance.
We're waiting on the prosecutor, Your Honor. This is Assistant Public Defender John Lee appearing on behalf of Brian Gibbs. He wants me to remind the court that he is a junior.
Okay, junior is noted on the docket, so we have him identified correctly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Sorry, apologies, Your Honor. Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people.
Today's the date and the time set for pretrials or final pretrials. Each file for dog at large. I have a dog vicious, and I have a dog bite, and 2 dog vaccination license citations. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I do not believe the prosecutor's office sent out subpoenas in this matter. However, I did not expect after speaking with the complaining victim in this case, I did not expect the complaining victim to appear. And so the people do not have witnesses here at this time, Your Honor, and are unable to proceed.
Okay, so witnesses would only be required on the dog bite, I presume.
Yes.
So what's going on with the dog licensing?
So as for the dog licenses, Your Honor, I have been provided compliance. I should say for the dog licenses and the dog at large, I have been provided proof of compliance. So the people would be seeking to dismiss those 3 tickets or counts for compliance. And then as for, as I said, as for the dog bite and the, will be the dog vicious as well, the people are unable to proceed on those at this time, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lee, how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, we accept the prosecutor's dismissal of the compliance charges because Mr. Gibbs has brought his dog licenses into compliance and the offense has been repaired. And we accept the prosecutor's offer to dismiss the dog vicious and dog bite case because they do not have a victim and cannot proceed at this time.
Okay, those matters will be dismissed. I think they're all issued on a citation, so you're all set for today. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
Correct.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Were they ready on Tyrone Witt? Are we just continuing to trial on that?
They're ready to proceed, Judge.
On the record on Witt, Your Honor.
Did lose yesterday.
Yeah. But it was a close one.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kelly Tyrone Witt, file number 21-00747, counsel appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Kelly Witt.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for trial on a malicious destruction of property. Do we have witnesses present?
No, Your Honor, at this time, the people have subpoenaed witnesses. I have called the hallway in the courtroom, and I did have contact with the witness on Friday. However, plenty witness in this matter has failed to appear, so the people are unable to proceed at this time.
Counsel, how do you want to proceed? Mr. Lee?
Your Honor, the prosecutor being unable to proceed at this time, the defense will make a motion for dismissal.
Okay, is it the intention of the prosecution to reissue the charge?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, motion to dismiss without prejudice is granted. Mr. Witt, that simply means that the case is dismissed today. The people do still have the right to reissue the charge against you if within the statutory time frame, the necessary witness appears and is ready to proceed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you all set. We don't have anything until 9:30, I believe, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Okay, sounds good.
My opinion, it doesn't matter whether.
Mr. Witt, you're all set, sir.
All right.
Lee, we're just waiting for your client, Mr. Hooper, to start his audio.
Dustin. Send your audio. Okay.
You gotta click on the speaker. I'm not talking about us, it's someone else.
Oh, we gotta wait. Oh, they muted it maybe for us, but it's not you.
Mr. Lee, do you have Mr. Hooper's phone number? You could try to talk to him and walk him through how to start his audio. He's not getting it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Mr.
Morning,
Bigelow,
who just, yes, sir.
I've advised Mr. Hooper to disconnect and reconnect and join audio right at the beginning.
Okay, thank you. Who's on the, oh, Mr. Bryant, okay. Mr. Bryant, you can hear us, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, we're just waiting for your attorney to log in, okay? Oh, there he is right there.
Yeah, it's in courtroom 4. That's I guess. Yeah, that's me. But I don't see. Yeah, that's.
Okay, so you're good? Ignore that.
Mr. Kane, can you hear us, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, your case was reset today, okay? So it was reset to September 25th.
The sentencing is, I'm over the time on that for 93 days. Today's like day 74 of a max of 93-day sentence. That puts you at over 100 days.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you, your case was reset to September 25th. Your attorney, Mr. Carter, was here, and then he had to go back to circuit court for a trial. Okay? So you're all set for today.
Is there any way to reset this sooner? Because this puts it 120 days on a 93-day max. Unless the court was giving me a bond.
Mr. Kane, your case was reset to September 25th. That's as soon as we could do it, okay?
Okay. Did they set kind of any kind of bond that I can be released from today? Because like I said, it's 100.
Talk to your attorney. This is not time to go back and forth, okay?
So that's why I'm asking. I haven't talked to him since the last hearing. It was
Talk
supposed to be
to your attorney. You can remove him. Thank you.
Fuck. And fuck me.
Mr. Hooper, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, there we go. Mr. Lee, did you still need to talk with him, or were you able to communicate with him when you called him on the phone? You're muted, Mr. Lee.
I apologize. I just wanted him to establish his connection first, so I do still need to talk with him. Thank you.
Okay. Morning, who's on the Motorola Moto G in the Aero hoodie?
Yes.
Yeah, I said who's on the Motorola? What's your name?
Jordan Purvis. Sorry, my phone was acting up, so I couldn't put my name on display.
Okay, we're just waiting for your attorney, Mr. Yang, to appear, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right.
Oh, listen. Oh, there you go. You want it?
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear them?
Mr. Smith, hear us? Mr. Smith?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you? I think your attorney, Ms. Donnelly, wants to talk with you, okay?
Yeah.
Try to plug in my things.
Did you ask?
Who's on the Google Pixel 6a?
Gabriel Pruden, Your Honor. Sir.
Thank you.
You said Pruden?
Hello? I'm not sure how the court wants to handle this. We have an agreement. We're prepared to plea today. And I know the prosecutor won't object to an immediate sentencing. Are we able to get through that today, or do we have to reset this?
We can do the plea today. I just need a plea sheet.
Okay. Do you need
That's
his
for my-
advice of rights?
Did he complete one?
Probably at the time of arraignment.
Okay, no, I don't need one for the plea, but if Mr. Brodowitz could prepare a plea sheet, and then Mr. Bigelow can send me that.
And will we be able to move on to sentencing today? It's the drunk and disorderly.
There, as long as there's no objection to immediate sentencing, we can sentence him today.
Perfect. If I can have a quick breakout room with my client, I'll get that all established.
Sounds good.
Hello?
Mr. Smith, we've got you checked in, sir.
I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. I'm at work, so that could be a reason.
It's possible. Just try not to touch any of your settings or turn your phone or anything off, okay?
Yeah, I did it.
Is Diana Zimmer present? Is Diana Zimmer present?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Donnelly is getting her. She's coming into the courtroom now.
On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Diana Zimmer. Have file numbers 23-01816, 817, 818, 23-01979, and 23-01980. Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Diana Zimmer, who is appearing in person to my right.
Thank you. And Ms. Zimmer, today was the dates reset for a dog at large. I have one dog vicious, well, two dog vicious, 3 dog at large. Council, how are we proceeding on these?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, after speaking with defense counsel, I do believe we have worked out a plea in this matter. And that is for Mrs. Zimmer to plea to the count of dog at large on file 23-1817 SM. And that would be with an agreement to a deferred sentence that Ms. Zimmer get the dog in question training and behavioral classes. However, after also speaking with defense counsel, I believe Ms. Zimmer has some financial difficulties, so it would I would leave it to the defense to advise on how long the deferred sentence would need to be for Ms. Zimmer to come in to complete those training classes.
Counsel.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. That is my understanding of the agreement. Ms. Zimmer is hoping to enroll her animal. She has done courses in the past. There's a specific 10-week training course. Is it offered by police or do police dogs take it, Ms. Zimmer?
No, it's not offered by police.
By police dog, it's been known to have that kind of reputation. If
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
The bee trainer trains the ones in Michigan.
Okay, all right, so that's her intention, is that she plans on doing a 10-week course with her animal. She doesn't have the funding as the prosecutor has stated, but she was hoping, she thinks she can get it done in 6 months, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm gonna need a plea sheet and I need some information out of the file. So we gotta go off the record. And whatever file she's pleading on, can you advise Mr. Bigelow so he can make sure he pulls the requisite information for me?
You said it's 17, right?
1817, yes.
That's the only one.
Yeah, well, we'll do a plea on that one.
Well, that's the one they're pleading on.
Yeah.
Mr. Samuels, your client's gonna do a plea?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Bigelow, I would need the same information on that one. And then what are we doing with Mr. Wells?
Wells is a plea too, and we're getting the stuff ready to send over to you.
Sounds good. And then Mr. Samuels, you're on Desmond Smith, or do I have that wrong? No, you're on Bryant, correct?
I'm only on Bryant's, correct.
Okay, sounds good. Who's representing Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, I do. I'm waiting to go into a breakout room with him. I can do that right now.
Yeah, it's probably
I'm
best
ready to
while they
sign.
gather some information.
I'm gonna sign the plea sheet and then I can go into a breakout room with him.
Sounds good. Okay, I see Sarah Landeryou.
Yes, Judge, I'm here for the case numbers 09-3317 and 14-03141-ST. It's an expungement hearing. I'm just a few minutes early.
Okay, you're here for the expungement hearing. In which capacity?
As attorney for Clemy Thornton.
Okay, because it has us, on our file, it says they're pro per. Did you file an appearance?
I did. I emailed it on Friday, and full disclosure, this is my first appearance in Michigan, and I'm hoping that I did it correctly, but I had to call to find out.
Okay, sounds good. And then I see Jennifer Sharnzazan. Did I say that right? Sharnzazan?
That was very good, actually. Yes, I'm here with Mr. Claiborne.
Okay, very good. And then Mr. Claiborne is here for a motion. What type of motion?
It's also a motion to set aside.
Okay, they said that a little differently. Okay, sounds good. Mr. Bigelow, I'm gonna need all of that as well.
And we are ready whenever. I'm not rushing, but we are ready whenever you are, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Samuels, I think we can proceed on your matter now.
Motion set aside.
Mr. Samuels, are you there?
I'm trying to figure out how balance and she called me. You still. Sure.
Who's in the jail? Is someone supposed to be logging in from the jail?
Yes, Davis.
Oh.
Davion Davis.
I don't see anyone. Can you put them back in the waiting room? I just hear someone talking. Attorney Samuels, are you there?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, we're ready to proceed on your matter.
Sounds good.
Okay. On the record, in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Antonio Bryant, file number 23-01393 SM, counsel appearance.
It's on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Matthew Samuels on behalf of Mr. Bryant. We are both present via Zoom, and we waive any in-person hearing that we may be entitled to.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pretrial. I have a plea sheet indicating that the people are offering for the defendant to plead guilty to an added count 3 of disorderly person drunk under MCL 750.1671E, and that the people will dismiss counts 1 and 2. There's no objection to immediate sentencing. Is that a complete and accurate understanding of the plea offer?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then Mr. Bryant, do you understand the plea offer? You're
You
muted.
need to unmute yourself, Mr. Bryant.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
We can hear you. And you would
Okay.
would you like to accept that offer today?
Yes. Yes,
Please
Your
raise
Honor.
your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
You can put your hand down. Okay, Mr. Bryant, you have the right in this matter to proceed to trial, and you have the right to jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So that means you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call at trial. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe further a defense of the charge being brought against you. You also have the right to have the prosecution again prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt before you're deemed to be guilty. Do you want to give up each of those rights today in order to accept the offer?
Yes. Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Has anybody made any threats to you to get you to waive those rights and enter a guilty plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody threatening you or causing you any duress to make you enter a guilty plea today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're entering a plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you currently on probation or on parole? Are you currently on probation or are you?
No, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. No, Your Honor. Sorry.
No problem. You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current or future employer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you entering a guilty plea to the added count of disorderly person drunk because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, as to the added count 3 of disorderly person drunk, how are you pleading, sir?
Guilty.
Mr. Samuels, can I have a factual basis?
Sure, Your Honor. Mr. Bryant, on or about March 26, 2023, were you in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, is that in Ingham County in the state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at this time, were you in a public area, a neighborhood?
Yes.
And were you intoxicated at this time?
Yes.
And did you cause some sort of disturbance, whether it be contact with police or just something that disturbed the neighborhood?
Yes.
And you didn't have permission to do any of that?
No.
I think that covers the factual basis, Your Honor.
Mr. Brodowitz?
The people are satisfied with that factual basis, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. There's been no objection to immediate sentencing. Mr. Samuels, you can make allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bryant has no prior criminal record. He's a full-time employee, hardworking individual. This was a lapse in judgment, Your Honor. I have full effects that Mr. Bryant has been scared straight on this one. He understands he's got to make better decisions and that you will not see him in front of your court again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Does your client wish to make a statement on his own behalf?
Mr. Bryant, is there anything you would like to say?
I just want to say thank you, Your Honor, and I won't fail you. You will not see me again. I really appreciate the opportunity to get another chance.
Your fine is $125. When can you make payment?
125. I can pay right now.
Okay, you can make payment by going on the court website. You would use your file number, which was the case number I called at the beginning of this file, to make that payment, or you can come in and make payment in person at the criminal traffic window, or you can mail, check, or money order with your case number attached to the court as well. Okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. And how long do I have to do that?
Well, you said you were going to pay today, so you have to today. But if you need more than that, then you would just need to let me know, and I'll note that.
Okay. Okay, can I just get 30 days? That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put that you'll pay within 30 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Donnelly, are you ready on Zimmer?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, back on the record. We're back on the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Diane Zimmer. And I have a plea sheet now. The offer was for the defendant to plead as charged, the dog at large, and a deferred sentence. And that the people would dismiss cases 23-01816, 23-01818, 23-01979, and 23-01980. And the defendant is to get the dog training and behavioral classes. And the people would dismiss the charge that she pleads to upon completion of that. That's a complete and accurate understanding of the plea offer.
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Zimmer, you would like to accept that offer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down, ma'am. I do have an advice of rights and plea information sheet. It has today's date on it. And then there's a signature on the bottom that says Diana Zimmer. Did you sign an advice of rights today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read that document before you signed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand each of the rights listed there?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No, not at this time.
Okay. And so you're willing, ma'am, to give up each of those rights today in order to enter a guilty plea to one count as indicated on the record in your plea offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that means you're willing to give up the right to remain silent at your trial and not have silence be used against you. You're going to give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. And you're going to also give up your right to cross-examine or confront in court any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call against you. You're going to give up your right to call your own witnesses at a trial or present evidence at trial that you believe further a defense to the charges being brought against you. That's correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anybody making any threats to you to want you to waive your rights today and plead guilty?
What was it, ma'am?
Yes. Has anybody made any threats to you to make you plead guilty today?
No.
Okay.
No,
Any
ma'am.
promises being made of you to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And are you entering a guilty plea to one count of dog at large because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
As to file number 23-01817, count of dog at large, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Can I have a factual basis, Ms. Donnelly?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Zimmer, do you own a dog, a Labrador Retriever named Moses?
Yes.
All right, and on June 7th of 2023, were you outside your home with Moses at or near 200 Friendship Circle in the city of Lansing and county state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time and place, at first, when you were walking Moses, right?
Yes.
All right, and he was on a leash?
Yes.
But at some point, he pulled on his leash and you lost control of it, right?
Yes.
All right, and he ran off?
Yes.
Well, he didn't get far, right?
No,
Okay, but at that point in time, you had, the dog was not being controlled by the leash.
no,
Okay. And it was in public, right?
yes.
Okay. Your Honor, no further questions.
Mr. Brodowitz, do you have any questions?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made voluntarily and intelligent. This matter will have a deferred sentencing date of 6 months out.
March 12th, 2024 at 9.
Is that a Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, March 12th, 2024 at 9 o'clock in the morning will be your sentencing date. That'll be in person, okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. Zimmer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Lee ready with Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dustin Wells, file number 23-00424, counsel appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Dustin Wells.
I also have file number 21-03430. Today was the date and time set for pleas. I have a plea sheet. Mr. Wells, you can hear us, correct, sir? You are muted.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so again, today was the date set for a plea. I do have a plea sheet here. Mr. Wells, the offer was for you to plead guilty in file number 23-00424 to assault and battery, and that the people will dismiss their other charge in file number 21-03430SM. Do you understand that offer, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you want to accept that offer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some questions though.
Do you have questions for the court, or do you have questions for your attorney?
For you.
What are your questions?
You think it's possible I don't go to jail for this? Stay in the psych ward?
I'm sorry, you said, do I think it's possible that you will not go to jail?
Stay in the psych ward?
Well, if that's what's in the best interest of you, of your sentence. I don't know what you're going to be sentenced to yet because I don't have a pre-sentence report. So what will happen is if you enter a plea, that there will be a pre-sentence report that will be provided to me. My understanding is that you are currently in the psych ward, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I would never remove you from a psych ward and put you in jail.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, do you have any more questions today?
No, I'm ready to plead.
Okay, wonderful. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Okay, so before you can accept the offer and plead guilty, I need to understand that you understand your rights, sir, and that the rights that you would give up if you enter a guilty plea. And so you have the right, sir, to the presumption of innocence. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So that means you are innocent and we're presumed to be innocent until the people have proven you guilty, and they have to do that at a trial. And they do that by proving each element beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. You understand that?
Yeah.
And you have the right to a jury trial. You understand that? You have the right to confront in court any of the people accusing you and any witnesses that the prosecution calls, and you have the right to cross-examine or question any of them. You understand that?
Yeah.
You have the right to call your own witnesses at trial or present evidence at your trial that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used to prove or imply that you're guilty. Do you want to waive each of those rights today?
Yes.
Okay, anybody threatening you to get you to waive the rights? Has anybody made any promises to you to get you to waive those rights?
Drop the other one, not a promise, but that was part of the deal.
Okay, very good. Okay, and you're entering a plea to the count of assault and battery in this file 23-00424 because you believe you're guilty?
Oh, well, I think I remember, I mean, I can explain something to you. I remember going after a bunch of staff. I just don't remember who. When I was all messed up trying to get out of the hospital. I wanted to get it free. So, and I was told that I came out of the.
Okay, so you were told what happened, or do you have an independent recollection of what happened?
I remember, man, I know who Mandy is, and I remember having some type of verbal aggression going on between us. I was messed up, so I'm not disputing the fact that it happened. Okay. I'm sure it did. Okay, sounds good. As to the charge of assault or assault and battery, how do you plead, sir? Guilty. Can I have a factual basis, Mr. Lee, if you can?
Thank you, Judge Simmons. Mr. Wells, on or about November 2nd, 2022, were you at 1215 East Michigan Avenue, otherwise known as Sparrow Hospital? Yeah. That's in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, correct? Yeah. Yes. And as you indicated, you had a nurse named Mandy who was part of your treatment team at Sparrow Hospital, correct? Yeah. And at some point, you ran out of your room and in the process pushed Mandy to the ground, correct? Probably did happen, yeah. I'm sure it did. Okay, I'm trying to explain that to the judge. Excellent. No more questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Brodowitz, did you have any questions?
Just one briefly, and that would be that pushing of the nurse identified as Mandy would have been against her will, correct?
I'm sure, yeah, I don't think anyone wants to get pushed. Okay. I do have a concern that his response is that he's sure that he did. It doesn't sound like he knows that he did, though. Do you remember? I remember running out the door. I was so concentrated on getting out. I remember running out the door and her there. And then I remember hitting a couple security guards in the face when I got up to the exit. Okay, you remember hitting a security guard, but is the victim in this matter a security guard, Mr. Lee? I remember hitting.
The complaining witness is the nurse, Mandy Wells.
Okay. Do you specifically remember hitting Mandy? Mr. Wells?
I pushed her.
You pushed her? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, any other questions?
Have a beautiful day.
Not for you, Mr. Wells. I'm not ready for you to leave yet. Come, just one moment. Mr. Lee, any other questions?
No further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Brodowitz, any other questions?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and find your plea be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Let's see. Do we know how long he's supposed to be in the psych unit?
It's a state hospital, so it could be a long time.
I was asking your attorney, actually, if he's aware.
The stay is indefinite, Your Honor. There is no scheduled end date.
Okay, I do have to set this for sentencing because there is a victim. And so I have to buy a statute set it for a sentencing date to give that victim an opportunity to appear and give a statement. So we'll set it for sentencing date. I'm not going to refer him
to meet with probation, because I don't see that as being meaningful, okay?
Thank you.
Let me give you a sentencing date.
We can do October 2nd at 8:30.
October 2nd at 8:30 via Zoom. You're all set for today, Mr. Wells.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Going out, Stephanie.
Okay. We ready with Tyrone Hooper?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hooper, you can hear us? You're muted. Can you unmute your device?
Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear us? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tyrone Hooper, file number is 23-02102 SM, counsel appearance.
Sheriff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Tyrone Hooper.
Okay, Mr. Hooper, today was the date and time set for pretrial. I do have a plea sheet here. It says that the people are offering for you to plead as charged to count 2, and that the people will dismiss counts 1 and 3. Count 2 is operating while your license is suspended or revoked or denied. Is that a complete and accurate understanding of the plea offer, counsel?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then, Mr. Hooper, that's your understanding of your offers, that you're going to plead to count 2, operating while license is suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to waive your rights today in order to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Okay, Mr. Hooper, you have the following rights that you would need to give up in order to accept this offer. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at a trial. You have the right to a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to require the prosecution to prove each element of each of the charges being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses the prosecution intends to call to trial. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe further a defense to the charges being brought against you. You understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to give each of those rights up today in order to enter a guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty to count 2 today?
No.
Any promises being made to you if you enter a guilty plea to count 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Who made a promise? And what was the promise?
Oh, you said this matter promised me?
That was the question. Any promises being made to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
Oh, no.
Okay. Are you currently on probation or on parole?
On probation.
Okay. As to count 2 of operating while license is suspended, revoked, or denied, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hooper, on or about July 7th of 2023, were you driving at or near 3200 South Washington Avenue?
Yes, sir.
And that's in the city of Lansing and the county of Ingham, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you were operating the vehicle while your driver license was suspended, correct?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
No. The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Counsel, you can make allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hooper has accepted responsibility for his driving while his license was suspended and has expressed to me his desire to get his license reinstated. He is otherwise a functional member of our society and looks forward to putting this matter behind him and coming into full compliance with the law going forward.
Your fine is $200. When can you make payment?
I can start making payment on the first.
How much you gonna pay?
Because I'm already with collector's fee.
How much you gonna pay on the first?
I'm working with collector's fee right now. Can that fine be added to my collection fee?
Can you repeat that for me?
I'm saying, since I'm paying collector's fee every month, can that fine be added to the collector's fee?
This is not a bond,
paying
sir.
collection
It's a sentence, just so we're clear. And I don't know what you're in collections for. You have other traffic matters in collections?
Yes. Well,
in this court?
It's not traffic. It's court costs and restitution.
Is it for this
Fines.
court?
I can make a payment on the first. I can make a payment on the first towards the $200.
Okay, how much you gonna pay on the first? I need an exact amount.
$50.
When are you gonna pay the balance?
The $200. I can
Okay.
just pay 50
How about
as I
this?
go.
I'll put you, make a payment of $50 on the first. You'll pay $50 the first of each month until paid in full.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Hooper.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he always that one in the found free shop. He always goes to found free shop. A few times, the victims not sure if found free shop.
Okay, let's see. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan, versus Clemy Dwayne Thornton, file number 09-03317SD. Appearance for the record.
Yes, Attorney Sarah Landerville for Clemy.
I didn't hear the prosecution's appearance.
Sorry.
Oh, Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Thank you. Today was the date and the time set for a motion to set aside conviction on this file. I have in this file, one operating while impaired. Date of conviction is July 7th, 2009. And Mr. Brodowitz, your office did receive a copy of this motion, correct?
That I am not sure on, Your Honor. I looked up in our system the file and I cannot find it. I was aware of the motion due to our office having provided me with copies of the ROA. As I said, I'm not sure. I can't find that we ever received the motion. However, I don't believe that would be an issue moving forward here today, Your Honor. Having reviewed our system and the ROAs for Mr. Thornton's files.
Okay, so I do have a copy here of the response from the Office of the Attorney General. They have no objection.
I'm so sorry. I've heard everything so far, but my internet appears to be unstable. I just had everyone frozen till about 1 second ago.
Okay, I did think that you might have been. I did think that you might have been frozen for a little bit, but I thought maybe you became stable. I asked the prosecution, the county prosecutor, if they had received a copy of this motion. Their office does not record receiving a copy of the motion. The Attorney General's office did receive a copy and they filed a response. The prosecution indicates they don't believe that they're not having a copy of the motion is going to hinder them from proceeding today at this time, okay?
Thank you, yes.
Okay, so I was just indicating that the Office of the Attorney General did respond. And in summation, they did not have an objection to setting aside this conviction. It says that Mr. Thornton's 2009 conviction may be set aside if he's eligible. He would just need to advise the court of what programming or rehabilitative efforts he's taken since the time of that conviction for me to make such a determination. So I don't know if you want to speak on his behalf or if he intends to make his statements.
Judge, I can tell you, and Mr. Thornton may want to speak too, but I can tell you that Mr. Thornton has not had any other operating while impaired charges. He works full-time. He is trying to set aside his convictions to get a better job, but he has not been in any trouble for many, many years. He is married, he has children, owns property in Onondaga, and is just a regular functioning member of society. But the job that he wants to apply for does some pretty tough background checks. And so he would like to be able to improve his financial position for himself and his family. And Mr. Thornton, if you have anything that you'd like to say to the court, I think you can do that at this time.
None really. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, none really. Besides pretty much just added to what you have already stated. Pretty much I'm a CMM programmer. I'm looking to get into a better company that actually creates CMM programs. So they do extensive background checks. I've had 16 certifications in this field within the last 3 to 4 years. And just pretty much trying to further, well, how can I put it? Set my family well off, so to say. So we're not pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. I do pretty good now, but I really want to further myself in the society and actually do a little bit more. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Let's see here. Is Mr. Bigelow in the courtroom?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't have a copy of the full motion file. And so I need you to advise me when his last interaction was with the criminal justice system.
Judge, I believe it was 2015.
What took place in 2015?
That's what I see, a misdemeanor, false pretenses that was dismissed.
Okay. No conviction since the 2014 case?
Not that I can see. The 2014, he had a, no.
Judge, the last thing in the file is from December of 2014.
Okay, very good. Okay. Based on what I've heard here today and a review of his prior criminal history, I don't see anything that would hinder me from granting this motion. I do believe that the motion as made is consistent with the public welfare. And so I'm going to grant his motion to set aside the conviction in this file.
Thank you so much, Judge.
No problem. I think I have another motion for him as well.
Yeah, driving while license suspended or revoked. That's the 2014.
People of the state of Michigan versus Clemy, Dwayne, Thornton, file number 14-03141. Again, the motion was to set aside this conviction. The date on that was 10/10/2014 was the date of conviction. Just indicated in the previous file that I don't believe there's anything on his prior criminal history or any interactions that he's had with the criminal justice system or otherwise that would hinder granting this. I believe that this motion is should be granted in the interest of public welfare. Again, there was no objection on this one from the office of the Attorney General. Is the prosecution making an objection at this time?
We are not, Your Honor.
Okay, so that motion will be granted as well, and we'll sign both of those and date them for today. Any additional matters for the record today?
I do not have any. If Mr. Thornton and I may both be excused, but I do need to ask, will you issue an order or do I need to prepare something and send it to you?
Nope, the paperwork that we have, I signed that and that gets sent to our state police.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations to you, Mr. Thornton.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think. Do I have a motion for Claiborne?
They can sending it now.
Okay, sounds good. And then Mr. Wooten has a motion.
Mr. Smith, Desmond, can you hear me? It's Sarah.
Hey, how you doing? I can hear you.
Hey, we're good. I got a new court date, September 25th at 9:30. You're good to go. I'll call you later.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Wait. So this I'm done?
You're done. You're good to go. Well, yes, we'll come back on the 25th.
The 25th? Okay, thanks.
Yes, I'll call you. Yep.
Okay. Mr. Lee, who do you have with you?
I have Abdullah Haji. We were told there was an interpreter that would allow us to meet quickly before the hearing, but we have not seen him yet, Your Honor.
I've seen the interpreter, but I don't see him now, so I don't know if he accidentally logged off, but I guess when he logs back on, we can get you in a meeting room.
It looks like Mr. Bigelow is inviting us to join a breakout room, so maybe he knows where he's at.
He might be in the breakout room then. I'm not sure. Okay.
He is.
Very good. Okay. Who's representing Mr. Wooten?
I apologize. Mr. Patrick on behalf of Mr. Wooten.
Okay, good. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Randy Guy Wooten, file number J05011019, council appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Melissa Patrick on behalf of Mr. Wooten, who is also attending this hearing via Zoom.
Okay, today's the date and the time that was set for a motion to set aside conviction. I have a conviction for domestic violence. Looks like date of conviction was March 10th, 2005. And then there's also a telephone tapping, cutting lines, also same date of conviction, March 10th, 2005. Mr. Bartowitz, did your office get a copy of this motion?
I have checked our system, Your Honor, and I do not believe we received a copy of the motion.
Okay, I do have proof of service that the motion was sent on the 9th of August to your office as well as to the Attorney General's office.
If that's what the court has, I will not dispute it, Your Honor. I just do not see it in our system, but that could be on our end, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't see any response from the Attorney General's office at this time.
I don't have a response from the Attorney General's office either, but I thought that was just because they have issues with updating my mailing address. I've been trying to get them to update it for like 2 years now. I can reach out to them to find out what the holdup is. I think there's maybe just a general holdup with the Attorney General's office, but I'm happy to follow up now.
Okay, yeah, and there's been a lot of these cases so it's been at the time, it's been delayed a bit. So what I'll do is we can reset this and then we'll follow up with the AG's office and see if they have any objection. And also we can, if you could provide another copy to Prosecutor Brodowitz, that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'm happy to do that today, Your Honor.
Okay, you'll get a new date in the mail because Sean Farnham in our office sets these, so we'll have him reset this for hearing.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set for today.
Have a good day.
You too. Okay, on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Delmont Claiborne, file number 12-05483FY. Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Jennifer Tyrone with and on behalf of Mr. Claiborne. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And Mr. Claiborne, you can hear us, correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Today was the date and the time set for a motion to set aside conviction. I have a domestic violence second offense. A date of conviction on this was March 21st, 2013. Mr. Brodowitz, did your office get a copy?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you making any objection on behalf of the county prosecutor's office?
I am not, Your Honor.
Okay. And then we do also have a response from the Office of the Attorney General. And the Attorney General's office also indicates that they are not making any objections at this time. Okay, counsel, did you want to address the court about what your client's been doing and why this is in the interest of public welfare?
Yes, please, Your Honor. Mr. Claiborne is, well, he was a young man at the time of these offenses. He has not had any convictions other than marijuana use, which hopefully have been set aside by now automatically, in the past 10 years. And since these convictions, he is a homeowner. He is the custodian of 3 kids, 3 of his children at the moment. In fact, he's home with one of his daughters who is sick today. He's also been working steadily for the past couple of years for Skinny Labs, which is They operate those electric scooters that people have for rent, and he's received a promotion there. He's hoping to get these convictions set aside so that he can participate more fully with his kids' school, and also so that it will open up other job opportunities outside of Skinny Labs.
Did your client wish to speak on his own behalf about what he's been doing since 2012 or 2013, the date of this conviction?
Mr. Claiborne, do you want to speak with the judge?
Yes, since 2013, now I became the man of my mistakes. So nobody proud of me. I'm proud of myself, who I became to be. And I got 5 girls, and I had to realize me putting my hands on somebody else's girl, I will feel the same way. So I had to stop all that. They changed my life. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know who I would be. So my girls and my mistakes made me the man I am today. And I would like this to be set aside because I would like to participate more in my kids' school program, and they real strict about cases like this. And that's all.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I'm not, I think I have 2 motions here. Let me see. I have a motion for 2, but an order for 1.
It should be an order for 2. There should be 2 case numbers on that order. Actually, it's 1 case number. It's 50. Yeah, it's 1 case number, but there are 2 convictions. There's
Correct.
an MDOP.
Yeah, I do see that on the application, but for whatever reason, my order only has the domestic violence on it, but I do see this is for 2 convictions. Nonetheless, I think I want to applaud you, Mr. Claiborne, for turning your life around and having some realizations about your behavior. This having been the second offense, and then you considering the fact that you are the father to daughters, and men should be protectors of women in general.
Right.
And so I applaud you for making those life-changing realizations and for becoming a more contributing and upstanding member of our community. With that being said, I think your behavior since the time of the conviction warrants set aside the conviction, and I find it to be within the interest of public welfare. So I'll grant the set aside of both convictions. I just have to get this order updated, and then I'll get it signed. Do you have any questions for the court today?
No, thank you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Judge. You said both, didn't you? I couldn't quite hear.
Yep,
but I believe you
that's
said
correct. It'll be for both. I just need to get the order updated because it only has 1 on there.
All right. Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Great day.
One more question. I'm sorry. So
Yes.
do that mean I don't need to come on Zoom? I think I had another Zoom in a couple of days, so I don't need that.
No, you do. That's a different court.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Yang, which matter are you here for?
Good morning, Your Honor. Here for Mr. Jordan Purvis. I believe he's on Zoom.
I do see him here. Okay, let's see. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jordan Purvis, and this is in file number 23-02371. Council appearance.
Jeff Bradowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Yang on behalf of Mr. Purvis. We are both present via Zoom and consent to having our part of this hearing via Zoom.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial on an animal abandonment. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the people have made an offer of pleading to, I believe it would be an added count 2 of attempted abandoning cruelty to one animal. I believe I relayed that offer to Mr. Yang, so I would leave it to the defense to see how they wish to proceed today.
Mr. Yang.
Thank you, Your Honor. On September 1st, I did submit additional discovery requests to the people for some additional video. I've not received that yet. I did notify Mr. Brodowitz of that this morning. I'm not sure how long the people will need. I don't know if we can set this out for another pretrial in 30 days. And if there's any movement before that, we can always contact the court for something sooner.
Sounds good.
October 16th at 9:30.
Would that be via, I have a jury selection that day.
We
And
can do it, if you have jury selection, we can do it another day.
October 30th at 9:30.
that works, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions for the court today, Mr. Purvis?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Purvis. Who's representing Gabriel Pruden?
That I believe is.
I believe it's Mr.
Lee.
Mr. Lee, Judge.
Okay.
Sorry, am I free to go, Your Honor?
Mr. Purvis, you are. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Pruden, we are waiting for your attorney, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who's representing Ricky Evans?
Judge, he's not actually on our docket for today, so
I don't see him on my docket. Mr. Evans, can you unmute, please?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, do you have a file number of some sort?
I don't know. I had papers in the mail for eviction, but I had already moved out.
Okay. Can you look up and see if he has an eviction file?
yeah. Judge, his LT matter is actually October 11th at 10:45.
Mr. Evans?
Trial.
Oh, okay. And who's the attorney on that one? Does it say?
Mr. Dua.
Okay. Mr. Evans, you need to contact your property manager and or Mr. Dua, let them know you vacated, but your court date's not today, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys ready on Haji? John, are you ready on Mr. Haji?
Yes.
Judge, I believe we're ready on Mr. Haji and the interpreter is back.
Okay, so on the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Abdullah Haji, file number 23-02130, counsel appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Abdullah Haji.
Okay, and Mr. McCormack, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret in the matter now before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communication, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Today's the date and time set for a pretrial
Leo tumekuja kwamba ni kuhojiana
for breaking and entering without owner's consent.
kwamba ni kwa kuingia sehemu, umevunja sehemu ukaingia bila ruhusa ya mtu yoyote.
Was there an offer on this?
Kulikuwa na kitu chochote kwamba ni mliwaambia wafanye?
Yes, there was, Your Honor.
Ndio, kulikuwa na ofa hapo.
That offer was to plea to an added count 2 of trespass and dismiss count 1.
Asema tulimpa kwamba nani achukue ile kwamba ni aliingia sehemu kwamba ni lakini hakuvunja.
Mr. Lee, how does your client want to proceed?
Haya, Mr. Lee, na wewe kwamba ni mtu wako mliongea nini?
Your Honor, my client understands the offer and wishes to decline.
Anasema kwamba ni mtu wangu namshughulikia ameelewa kwamba ni vile watu walitupa hiyo habari na ameikataa.
He requests that we set the matter for final pretrial and trial.
Anasema kwamba ni tunataka tuipeleke mbele kwamba ni ikuwe katiba wa mwisho.
We can do final pretrial October 30th at 8 a.m.
Anasema kwamba ni tunakuja ni mara ya mwisho ya kuongea hizi habari kwamba ni mwezi wa 10 tarehe 30 saa 2 kamili.
And jury trial November 20th at 8 a.m.
Alafu kwamba ni siku ya kukutana na ushahidi wote unakujiwa itakuwa mwezi wa 11 tarehe 28 saa 2 kamili.
Pre-trial will be set on those dates and that's in person at the court.
Anasema kwamba ni hiyo siku kwamba ni tarehe 30 wao wanatakikana kuja na wewe unatakikana ukuje macho kwa macho.
Mr. Haji, do you have any questions for the court?
Kuna swali yoyote sahihi kwa hizi habari tumeongea?
Sina swali.
No, I do not have question.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Wanasheria wanaulizwa kuna chochote tunataka kuongeza?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Ya wale watu waliumizwa wamesema hatuna kitu chochote.
And nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Na mwanasheria wako anasema sina yoyote ya kuongeza.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, sir.
Haya, tumemalizana. Asante.
Thank you, Mr. McComa.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I leave?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give it to him right now.
And then Mr. Lee, you're ready with Mr. Pruden?
I should talk to him quickly, Your Honor.
Okay.
Won't take but 30 seconds.
You do have Lighthizer in here too. Lighthizer.
Judge.
Yes.
I believe they are ready to go on Nicolosovich at 10:30.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Nicolosovich, file number 20-01523. Council appearance, please.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Nicolosovich.
Today was the date and the time that was set for pretrial on one count of assault and battery. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, after conversations with defense counsel, I believe the parties would ask that this be set for another pretrial. It was Mr. Nicolosovich is or was, I will say, and that's where the issue comes in Newaygo County, Your Honor. I believe after conversations with defense, and if I'm incorrect, Mr. Rowley can correct me, that he was under the impression Mr. Nicolosovich had been released, and that he learned this morning that he may still be incarcerated in Newaygo County. So the people would just ask for a reset of this in order to ascertain Mr. Nicolosovich's whereabouts, and would not be seeking a bench warrant at this time.
Yes, that is correct.
We don't know where he is or whether or not he's in custody.
Well, we're getting conflicting information, Your Honor. On August 29th, someone from my office reached out to the Newaygo jail, was told that Mr. Nicolosovich had been released. However, today, a clerk at the 55th District Court is telling us that he may still be in custody there. He has a case at 55th, by the way. So at this time, I can't say 100% whether he is or is not in custody.
Okay, I'll have our court staff call and verify right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is Mr. Bagel on the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we see where Mr. Nicolosovich is, or if he's in Newaygo County?
Trying to figure out the best way to contact them because I don't have their contact info right now.
Oh, ask Marquita Burke, someone in the criminal clerk's office. The jail clerk should be able to find that for us.
Judge, according to Vine Link, it says he is in custody in the Newaygo County Jail.
Okay, so then we can reset it with her and get a writ.
October 2nd at 10.
Mr. Raleigh, that time works for you?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all set on that matter. Can you all reset the probation violation hearings?
Will do.
Judge, did you want the arraignment reset too, or?
You can reset the arraignment till, actually, let me see here. No, I can do the arraignment today. Just send me the stuff.
Okay. You just want the violation and the ROA, is that it?
Correct.
Okay.
And then William Russell. Do we see William Russell today?
No.
Okay, we can bench warrant Russell. What about Baum? Just Baum.
Failure to appear, Judge.
Okay, bench warrant. Jennifer Lighthizer.
She's here. She's in the hallway with Mr. Lee. They're talking.
Okay. I thought Mr. Lee was talking somewhere else.
No,
I thought he
he's
was talking.
speaking with,
What about Pruden? He didn't speak to Pruden?
they were in the breakout room. Mr. Lee came back and Mr. Pruden I just brought back. Judge,
Yes.
you want me to send you the pink probation violation recommendation sheet too for that arraignment?
No, I don't need that at this time. This is Davion Davis.
Yes.
Who's representing Mr. Davis?
Mr. Lee, he said he's ready to go. He's just finishing up with Lighthizer.
Okay, did we see Joel Christie?
Yes, he was here. He spoke with Mr. Brodowitz that they just reset that.
Okay. I was gonna say livestock. What's
They're chickens.
Two
Oh,
counts
God.
of livestock, 2 counts of livestock at large, Your Honor, involving chickens in the neighbor's yard.
Very good. Oh,
A sentence I never thought I'd have to say in law school.
it happens. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I think that's it. Just Mr. Lee's last 3.
Citizens heard.
Judge, I believe they're ready.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Gabriel Pruden, file number 23-02370. Counsel appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Gabriel Pruden.
Today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. Is this a co-defendant case for Purvis?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, it was one count of animal abandonment. I think we reset Purvis because the co-defendant's counsel was seeking additional discovery. Mr. Lee, how are you proceeding?
Your Honor, we are also seeking additional discovery as we see this case proceeding to trial. So we would ask for an adjournment until the discovery arrives, and or we could even set up for a final pretrial.
Okay, we'll set it for a pre-trial on the same date as the co-defendant, which is October 30th. I think it's at 9:30, correct?
Correct.
Do you have any questions today, Mr. Pruden?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
You're all set, Mr. Pruden.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jennifer Lighthizer, file number 23-00647, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Jennifer Ann Ray Lighthizer.
Okay, and then Ms. Lighthizer is president of the court. Is that correct? Today was the date. Thank you. Today was the date and time set for a pretrial and a larceny. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, after conversations with defense, I believe Ms. Lighthizer will be entering a plea to be an added count 2 of attempted larceny less than 200 with an agreement for restitution. I'm filling out the plea sheet now, Your Honor.
We'll go off the record in that matter while you all can get me the information prepared. And we're ready with Mr. Davis. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Davion Devon Davis, file number 22-03207 and 22-03513, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Davion Davis.
Okay, Mr. Davis, today's a pretrial. I have one file for malicious destruction of a building. Other file has 2 counts of assault and battery. Was there an offer extended, please?
Yes, there was, Your Honor. That offer, I believe, was attempt on the malicious destruction of building would have been pleading to an added count 2 of attempted malicious destruction of building. And on the other case with the assault and batteries, it would be pleading to an added count 3 of disorderly person jostling with restitution on the MDOB case, Your Honor.
Mr. Lee, how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, Mr. Davis would like to decline that offer and set the matter for final pretrial and trial.
Final pretrial, October 30th at 8 a.m. And jury trial, November 27th at 8 a.m.
Do you have any questions today, Mr. Davis? Do you have any questions for the court today?
I'm saying, no, I don't have any questions. I'm just hoping to get a bond.
Okay, what is this bond in the files?
Current bond, Your Honor, is believe he was remanded, Your Honor.
On a bench warrant?
I don't know. I'm not certain as to, I think he was picked up on a bench warrant. I think he was remanded and held until the hearing. At this time, Your Honor, if possible, we would request that Mr. Davis be granted bond until such time as his final pretrial and trial. It is my understanding that he has been inside for approximately 31 days, and he is amenable to a tether or whatever bond conditions the court might think appropriate in this matter.
Could someone tell me, actually, send me the ROs on both files.
Nick is not in here, but he was remanded on a bench warrant, but his bonds are both PR bonds.
He doesn't have a bond if he's remanded. I want to know how many times did he miss court?
So the last note you put in here says defendant was in circuit court reset to September 11th at 10.
He's only missed court one time?
No, 3.
That's on both files?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Your Honor, my client has expressed to me his sincerest desire and commitment to resolve these matters and participate in any future hearings. He has served 31 days, and so we would ask the court to consider his 31 days of service as a wake-up call and a reminder that Mr. Davis has heard loud and clear.
I don't care how long he served. He did that on to himself because he had a bond, a PR bond, and he didn't come to court. So he didn't serve anything. He's sitting in jail.
True. Absolutely correct, Your Honor.
What's the matter with you? Why can't you get to court? Mr. Davis, I'm talking to you.
Yes, say again.
Why can't you get yourself to court?
I currently was supposed to be on my way to court. My dad was supposed to pick me up. He just never came. That was really the only reason I missed court. I don't have a vehicle right now.
You have three failure to appears, not one, and you have the option of appearing via Zoom.
Yeah, I currently didn't have the phone wrong earlier in the year. And I was supposed to be on my way. Like I said, I was on my way to work. The last time I was on report to work, but my ride never showed up. I was really on my way. I just didn't have it.
Okay, so when your ride didn't show up and you missed court, what steps did you take to fix that after the fact?
I was going to turn myself in regardless. I was just trying to gather some money.
Gather some money to turn yourself in?
Say again.
You were trying to gather yourself money up before you turn yourself in on a failure to appear?
No, because I'm currently homeless. Like I was just trying to gather some money up, put it in my savings for a phone.
Okay. My question is when your dad, you said there was an incident in which your dad was supposed to pick you up, or you were relying on your father to pick you up. It's not supposed to, you're an adult. You were relying on your father to pick you up to bring you to court. You knew you had a court date. You're facing some relatively serious charges here, to assault and batteries, and then you have a malicious destruction of a building. You didn't appear in court. You never thought it was in your best interest to later appear in court and say, hey, I missed my court date, and this is why. You just waited for us to pick you up on a bench warrant.
No, I was going to call contact my probation officer. They changed my probation officer. Like, don't got the same probation officer.
Your probation officer has nothing to do with these files.
So I understand. Like I said, I was waiting on my ride. Never showed up. I don't have a bid. I had two other court dates. In the time, I had to come to this one after one court dates. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing that you're telling me is going to give me a reasonable assurance that you're going to come back to court if I release you on a personal recognizance bond.
No, I promise you, everything is situated. Like I got everything situated now.
What did you get that was situated now that wasn't situated before?
I'm situated now. I'm not homeless. And I have a car. I have a vehicle.
You have a vehicle now?
Yes.
What about a phone?
Yes, that's I have a phone.
When did you get those things?
Like August 2nd.
Okay.
August 2nd.
And when did you turn yourself in on these warrants, or did you get picked up?
I got picked up.
So you knew you had warrants and you didn't take care of it?
I didn't notice I had a warrant, so I was actually on my way to my probation office. And they just so happened to see me. They knew who I was and they just arrested me.
I recognize that. My concern is why didn't you take care of your business when you knew you had warrants?
I was really on my way. I was on my way here. I was waiting on my ride and just he never showed up.
You was waiting on your ride to come turn yourself in on your warrants?
No, to come to the court.
No, after you didn't come to court, there was a warrant issue. Why did you not turn yourself in on the warrants?
I didn't know I had any warrants.
What did you think happened? They're not new to the criminal justice system. What do you think happened when you don't come to court?
I mean, yes, I did a warrant.
You're gonna get a warrant. So you knew you had one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Why didn't you turn on the warrants?
It's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me. I was homeless. I didn't have no car or nothing. It's hard for me. I don't got nobody in my life.
Yeah, you do have someone in your life because you just said your father was going to bring you to court. So you obviously have somebody. And then since the time that you missed court, you now have a home, a car, and you have a phone. Had you turned yourself in on the warrant, you would not have been remanded. We had to remand you because I can't get you on your own recognizance, meaning on your own. You can't self-motivate yourself to come to court. So I have to motivate you.
I can. It's just been this year been a little hard for me. That's all I'm saying. It's just been a little hard for me. Like, I usually come to court. I don't miss court. Really.
You missed 3 times.
Been earlier in the year, I didn't have nothing. Like I just gathered all this stuff in the month of August.
Did you provide the court with your new address?
Yes, I'm currently at the mission downtown.
Okay. So you told me you're no longer homeless. If you're at a mission, you're still homeless, correct?
I mean, yeah, but I'm inside the building. I was living outside at first.
Okay. What's your phone number?
517-574-6677.
Okay, we'll make sure the file is updated with your phone number. You're on probation before this court?
Yes.
And what is your report date?
For my probation charge?
What day are you supposed to report for probation?
The day I get out within 24 hours.
No, I want to know which date each month are you reporting?
Every Thursday of each month.
Every Thursday?
Yes, of each month.
You report 4 times a month? Or once?
No, one time. Once a month.
Which Thursday?
Usually the first Thursday of the month.
First Thursday. Who's your probation officer?
She's a female. They just changed my probation officer. I seen her when I went to court. I'm supposed to check in with her.
When did they change her? Who was your probation officer before?
Boyd Myers.
Who?
Boyd Myers.
Okay, so you're not on probation at 54A District Court, correct?
Say it again.
Which court are you on probation for?
A circuit court.
Okay, you're on probation out of circuit court and you've been reporting like you're supposed to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's not being held on anything else, Mr. Lee?
Nothing else that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
I'll amend your bond and reinstate the PR bond with GPS tether. You need to make sure you appear for all your future court dates. We're not going to keep waiting for you to come every other year to get this resolved. Do you understand that?
I will be here for sure this time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, the sooner you get this resolved, the better it can get for you because she can get you a job, or you should be looking for you a job and get you some stable housing. But running from your court cases is not going to get that taken care of. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any other questions today?
So okay. I'm PR.
I'm reinstating your PR bond with GPS tether, and then due to your indigency status, you should be able to apply for assistance, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, and we're ready. I believe I should have what I need for this one. We're ready for Ms. Lighthizer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jennifer Lighthizer. I do have a plea sheet here. The offer that was extended was for Ms. Lighthizer to plead guilty to an added count 2 of attempted larceny less than $200. The people will dismiss count 1 and that there's an agreement for the defendant to pay restitution in the amount of $240. Is that a complete and accurate understanding of the plea offer?
Yes, except for one thing, Your Honor. There was one thing I forgot to mark, and that would be that people would have no objection to HIDA as well, Your Honor, if eligible.
Okay, that was not noted on here, but there's no objection to sentencing under HYTA. Mr. Lee, your client wants to accept the offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Lighthizer, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yeah.
You can put your hand down. Okay. I do have an advice of rights and plea information sheet. It has today's date on it. There's a signature on the bottom. Ms. Lighthizer, did you review an advice of rights today?
Yeah.
Okay, you signed that advice of rights? Can you repeat that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you understand all the rights listed there?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have any questions about those rights?
No.
And you're willing to give up each of those rights today in order to accept the offer from the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that means you're gonna give up your right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at trial by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that, right?
Yes.
You have the right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, or you have the right to cross-examine any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call against you at trial. You understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You understand that?
Yes.
You want to give up each of those rights today?
Yes, I do.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive your right to enter a plea? Any promises being made to you if you enter a plea today? Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I need you to speak up a little louder for me.
Sorry, no, I'm not.
Okay, you understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer.
Yes, I do.
You may also need to report a conviction on any future job applications that you fill out. You understand that?
I do.
And then also, a conviction of this kind could have impact on any travel or immigration status that you may be seeking. You understand that? Okay. As to the added count 2 of attempted larceny less than 200, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
I do.
Okay, and are you objecting to the restitution in the amount of $240? Okay, factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lighthizer, on or about November 15th, 2022,
Were you at 3616 Delta River Drive? And that's in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, did you attempt to take a package off the doorstep of the house at that address?
Yeah.
And did you have permission to take that package? No further question, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter will be set for sentencing.
November 6th at 8:30.
November 6th at 8:30. Ms. Lighthizer, when you leave the courtroom, you need to go down to the 5th floor today so that you can check in with our probation department. They need to prepare a pre-sentence report and a recommendation as to how you are to be sentenced. They'll also advise me as to whether or not you're eligible for sentencing under HYTA, okay?
Okay.
You can appear for your sentencing via Zoom. Do you have any questions today?
No, I don't think so.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set. Okay, I think that's all we had today. I think a bench warrant at Russell and Baum. Anybody else?
That's it for the morning, Judge.
Okay, and then I reset the, Mr. Lee, for your information, I reset the hearings for probation violations. And then I will do the arraignment at 1:30.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Just have a seat for a second.